Hello there, everyone. How you doing today? I hope you're all well. Today we're going into r/no sleep to read a horror story for you called "My Sister Died 2 Years Ago." Last night she called and said I'm not alone. Written by salty_astronaut 77. If you enjoy, remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Now let's get started. They say if you want to talk to the dead, you better be ready to listen. I never believed in any of that crap. Ghosts, spirits, signs from beyond, just stories people make it up to help them sleep at night. My sister Mia was one of those believers. She was obsessed with life after death. She even asked to be buried with a walkie-talkie just in case. She died 2 years ago in a car crash. No warning, no goodbyes. One moment she was on the phone with me, complaining that she thought someone was following her, and the next there was just silence. They found her body 20 minutes later. I haven't been the same for a while. I stopped answering calls completely. Just hearing the ringtone made me nauseous. But tonight something made me pick up. Blocked, flashed on my screen at 12:13 a.m. I let it ring once, twice, and then answered. At first, all I heard was static, faint, like an old radio caught between two stations. Then a voice broke through. Alex? My chest tightened. It was Mia. Her voice was shaky. Alex, listen to me. You need to get out of there. Don't trust the people in the house. I sat up so fast I almost dropped the phone. What the hell are you talking about, Mia? How are you even? They're not real. Her voice grew rougher, strained. They're not who you think they are. I didn't want to call, but I had to warn you. You're in danger. There's no one here, I said. I live alone. The call then ended. I didn't sleep. I spent the next hour pacing around my apartment, checking every window, every lock. I opened every drawer in the wardrobe. I even looked under the bed like a 5-year-old after watching a scary movie. Nothing. No one was there. Eventually, I chalked it all up to a sick prank or maybe a breakdown. It wouldn't be the first time my mind messed with me. Grief is a hell of a drug. Around 3:45, I went to the kitchen to pour myself a drink. Then I froze. There were 2 glasses in the sink. I had only used one. Both were wet. I stared at them for a full minute before backing out of the kitchen, and that's when I heard a sound behind me, the creak of a floorboard in the hallway. I spun around, but no one was there. But the guest room door was open. I never opened that door. Since Mia died, her things have always stayed in there. Her clothes, her books, the stuffed cat she'd had since she was sick. I always keep the room shut and locked. Now it was slightly opened. I should have left right then, grabbed my keys and gotten the hell out. But I didn't. Instead, I stepped inside. The air was freezing. The curtains were swaying gently. Through the window was shut, and on the bed sat her stuffed cat, sitting upright facing the door. It was supposed to be in the box. I know it was in a box. Then my phone rang again. It was marked as blocked. I answered. This time her voice was barely a whisper, urgent and terrified. They're watching you. Don't let them know you're scared. Who's watching me? I whispered back at her. There was silence, and then 3 knocks on my front door. It was slow and heavy, and then Mia said, They're already inside. I dropped the phone and ran, locked myself in the bathroom. I was gasping for air, trying to calm my breathing, trying to be rational, but then I heard the front door creak open. There was no footsteps, just a presence, like the air itself had thickened. I pressed my ear to the bathroom door and there was nothing. And then something brushed against the other side. A whisper so soft I wasn't sure it was real. Alex! My name and Mia's voice. But something was wrong. It was too quiet. drawn out. Then I remembered what she said on the phone. Don't trust the people in your house. But I lived alone. That's when I looked up and saw something in the bathroom mirror. A reflection standing behind me. I spun around. There was nothing there. I looked back at the mirror and it was still there. A tall shape standing perfectly still behind me in the reflection. There was no face, no eyes, just a presence. And then it leaned closer, its breath against the back of my neck, and whispered in a flawless imitation of Mia's voice. I never died, Alex. I just came home. I don't remember unlocking the door. I don't remember leaving the house. All I know is I ended up in my car, half-dressed, barefoot, shaking so hard I nearly snapped the key, trying to start the engine. I didn't go back until morning in broad daylight. Neighbors were walking their dogs. Kids were riding bikes. Everything felt safe. I went back inside. Everything looked normal, except for one thing. My phone, still on the bathroom floor. It was open to my call history. The last one was Mia. It was not marked as blocked. It was just her name, like she was still in my contacts. But I deleted her 2 years ago. I taped her name. Her contact profile opened, and the number was saved. 911-666-0000. I didn't call it. I smashed the phone instead. I moved out. I'm staying in a hotel now. I bought a new phone, a new number, clean slate. But last night the landing rang. I didn't even know the room had a phone. I picked up. Static. And then her voice rang. Alex. It was her again. You still don't get it, she said. It's not the house. Then she started to cry. I tried to warn you. I tried. What do you mean? I whispered. She sobbed harder and then choked out. You brought it with you. And then the line went dead. I'm not posting this for sympathy. I'm posting it as a warning. If someone you love has died and they call you, do not answer. Even if they're crying, even if it sounds like they need you. Because once you answer, they know how to find you. Thank you for listening to today's story. If you enjoyed, leave a like on the video, a comment on the video, and maybe check out my horror story playlist. I've got plenty of content on there. Now I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.